Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to Simply Nature, Healthy and Sexy. And this is Jaslin once again every Thursday, 8 a.m. with you. Alright, so 大家早上好，大家早上 all my friends in the Philippines. Mabuhay and welcome back on Thursday with me, Simply Nature, and this is Jaslin. So, what do I have for you this week? Let me put it up on my screen right now. Just wanted to share with my friends in other part of the window. I've been sharing about the topic of the 5 basic needs of human being, and I've been on the topic of food for a long time because I think that that is something that is such a big topic nowadays, because irregardless, we need to be eating, food is like, in some countries, food is their life, and food is actually their biggest part of their life. And I thought this is big topic that I shouldn't make it short, but I should actually extend it further. This week, I'm going to just a sidetrack to talk about something else. All right, let me recap what I was sharing last week on the topic of food. I ended by asking my audience the question about, are you going to live your life with low fuel, no fuel, bad fuel, or best fuel? Because as I said last week, we have, if you are in your 30s, you have probably another 50 over years to go. And if you are 20s, of course you have 70 over years to go. Even if you are 50 at this moment, you have a good 30 years to go. So how do you want to live the rest of your 30, 40, 50 years kind of life? Are you going to be a very sickly body, or you want to be independent so they can travel around the world? No dependency of people. You do not need any domestic help or any nursing support in the future. So if that is what you have been wanting, and you aim to achieve a strong and vitality body by the age of even at your 60, 70, 80s, we in Asia, especially in Singapore, Taiwan, Japan, even Korea, we are going to face this thing called the aging population. So in fact, I think when I was in Taiwan, I really feeling it, because wherever I go, I see more aged people, senior citizen, than now in the Philippines. So I mean, right now I'm in a land of emerging market, which is Philippines, and there's a lot of young people. It feels so different when you are surrounded with young people around you. You just feel more energetic, more lively, more alive. But if you are in a country where there is so many people aging, you will feel a different kind of atmosphere. But none other than that, if we are facing an aging populations, all the more is a responsibility, and it is our future that is at stake, because we wanted to make sure that even as we age lovely, we age with poise, we age with dreams, even that you can dreams even at your age of 60s. Why not? So in order for you to achieve that, you really have to start thinking about your health. I mean, you really have to start thinking about your health and how you're going to achieve it together with a super duper health. And that's the reason why I was touching a lot on food, because food actually takes up 80% of our energy, 80% of our health. And if you are on the wrong kind of fuel, do not be surprised that you will end up with a lot of medications at the end of your life. And if you're on low fuel, it will take the same path. You might not be at your peak of your health even at the age of 50, 60s. If you are always going on no fuel, that means you're always on diet. It's also going to lead you to a very disastrous health. So I have been wanting to share a lot about what is the best view of your life, whether you are 20, 30, 40, 50, what you should be taking, so that you will end up with a wonderful life, a lovely life, even at 50, 60, 70, so that you could actually still do things on your own, be independent. You can fly around, you can dance around, you can still be at the peak of your life, right? However, today, okay, so I leave you guys with thinking about it and be honest to your answer, all right? So if you want to live a life continuously, going to live your life with no fuel, bad fuel, low fuel, or you want to get best fuel so that you're all ready for your next 50 years of life, all right? So this week, I just wanted to touch on this topic on our body, all right? So I've been hearing people suffering from pain there, neck pain, you know, joint pain, because I just have a friend that was contacting me because we were talking about it, and she said, oh no, the moment you hit your 30s or you hit your 40s, you know, all this pain to start to surface. So, but I do notice that there are so many people suffering from lower back pain, all right? Lower back pain. If yes, you are one of them, then in fact, you have to take a serious look at it. You know, in fact, 80% of the adult currently experience this kind of lower back pain at this point, or at this sometime point of your life, even as young as 20, which is actually not the norm during our parents' time, because probably they exercise a lot. And I'm going to share with you the reason why, and you should start avoiding these factors, all right? So even though lower back pain is a common condition in this current situation, in our era, it can also affect your mood, your productivity, your quality of life, and more, because we are all connected, you see. So starting from a sharp and sudden sensation to constant aching, it may leave you total incapacity in the future, all right? So you really have to start to look at, to consider how do you resolve this lower back pain as young as you can. And women and men are equally affected, you know, they are no different, because I'm going to list down the reason why. In fact, most cases, mainly that can be prevented is to make sure that you have a healthy weight. You know, this part it can really prevent. Of course, I mean, if you're overweight and you have lower back pain, you are exerting pressure because of your weight. You get more weight sitting on your lower back. So what do you think, guys out there? If your BMI is above 25, do not be surprised that you are suffering from lower back pain, all right? Because this is like the weight that you're sitting on your back. So if you are overweight and your pain is more and more severe, you should really cut your weight, all right? That is like common sense. You should cut your weight, right? So let me review some of the common daily bad habits that may lead to your lower back pain, all right? Are you ready for the truth? So one of the reasons is, in today's world, I might, thank you for watching, good morning. I couldn't answer to your WhatsApp because I'm on air right now. So one of the very main reasons why a lot of us are suffering from lower back pain is because, number one, you sit too much, all right? In today's world, we have been sitting too much. What are we doing on our chairs? Because we are always on our computer. Very, very true, right? Because it's so different with my parents' generations. In that time, they don't even have a TV. So there's many reasons in today's world that you're sitting too much. You're sitting too much in front of a computer. You're sitting too much in front of the tablet. You're sitting too much because you're watching your favorite Korean drama. So do not be surprised why you're sitting too much. I think we're spending too much time sitting on our chairs. I think I'm not excluded, alright? Because we're always on a computer. We're always on a screen. We're always either surfing the net. You're working 24/7. You are just Facebook, social media on your laptop. So it's so common to see people, even in a coffee bean or Starbucks or 2B estates in the Philippines, in front of their laptop. So most of the time, we have been sitting too much. In today's world, we are sitting too much, especially for the younger people. They could be gaming on their laptop. They could be gaming on their laptop, on their tablets. So aren't they sitting too much? Right, so actually the truth is our human body is not intended for prolonged sitting. All right, if you do any of Google research, you could actually read about why our body is not really designed to be sitting all the days of our life. I mean, every day. That's why when you spend long hours sitting on your desk, it may result in a lower back pain. And the longer you sit, the more you slouch. Note, yeah, when your lower back, which is the normal healthy lumbar spine, has the tiny inverse arch and the curve, keeps you upright and stable. But when you slouch, right, this tiny inverse curve reverse, because when you slouch, it started to bend, and it becomes rounded in opposite directions. So over time, this situation put pressure on your disc and cause that pain. See? So if we are not designed to be sitting upright all the time, and because if you do not have a strong spine as well, you start to slouch, and if you slouch, it became a habit, and that actually caused pressure even on your disc, right? It should be straight, but it's causing pressure right now because you've been sitting too much and you started to slouch. You add the pressure to the disc, and that's where you start to have the pain. So there it goes. Why are we sitting too much? Ask yourself. As I mentioned, our parents' generations, they don't have TV. My parents' generation, they only started to have TV in the 1970s, and that's so much that they sit in front of the TV, when they get back home after work. And their work are usually not desk bound in the past. They are actually more labor based, hard labor kind of jobs. And in fact, that actually helps them to keep them with a healthier spine. So I leave it with you, alright? If you want to be sitting too much, you have to think of the way to work around your life that you're not sitting too much. So, number 2, you could be carrying a very heavy bag, or for the women, handbag. But I think the truth is, in today's world, we might be carrying quite a lot of things like computer bags, your tripod because you're going around doing a social media. You could be carrying a very heavy backpack, and this is one of the consequences that is going to result in having a heavy shoulder, because again, it's going to add pressure to your spine, and naturally, as you swing your leg and your arms as you walk, it's going to add pressure at the same time, even though you're balancing when you're walking. Unfortunately, if you are really carrying a heavy handbag or a laptop bag, or something that's bulky hanging on your shoulder, it can really cause you muscle spasms, muscle strain, and lower back pain. Alright, so you have to start to think of how to work around it as well. Number 3, as I mentioned, our parents' time, their work base are more labor based. That's the reason why you don't see them, how should I say, thinking about going to the gym, because honestly, their job is like gymming. So, but now we have to make extra effort because of our work are not so much labor intensive. In fact, a lot of our job in today's world are very much desk bound. IT, jobs, we are not exercising enough, isn't it? And then that's where all this gyms started to sprout out, because we know that somehow we need to do something, and that's coming to number 3. We need to exercise. We need to do exercise and movement. Exercise, movement, repair and nourish your body cells, your disc, your ligament, your joints, your muscle in your spine. So note, active exercise even helps you to incorporate the much needed nutrients around the disc space of your spine. So when your body is in movement, it causes your body to have that effect of wanting to absorb nutrients. But if your body is been stationary for too long, your body is not in an active mode to be searching for nutrients. Okay, that's my simple explanation. So if your body is always at a movement, this exercise helps you to incorporate much nutrients around your body cells And at this point, you're talking about lower back pain, it actually will also, around, fix nutrient around the this space of your spine. Additionally, regular exercise, I'm talking about regular exercise, is needed to also reduce inflammation. All right, because when you have a lower back pain, meaning to say that your body has been adding weight to your spine, or you've been sitting too long, there's a pressure that is on it. When there's a pressure, your muscle will get that stress, and that's where inflammation started. All right, so when there's inflammation, that's where you feel the pain, that's where you feel the lower back pain. And regular exercise actually will help to reduce the inflammation. Things like doing your stretching, while you're on the computer for like more than 15 minutes. I was taught in this program, especially for the kids, the super mom kind of kids. Super mom will make sure that even if you are putting your kids into a schedule, a timetable of massive studying, you should always remind your kid. Actually, I've saw a friend putting something in the front of the kid's desk and reminding the kids every 15 minutes, do some stretching, doing this stretching, do a lower back stretching. You really have to do it. You have to stand up in your body, because this is something that is going to remove that muscle pain later part of your life. And this stretching actually is what I meant, a kind of exercise while you are on your desk, so that you can actually prevent the inflammation. Or even right now, if you had that inflammation, it should help you to release some pain out somehow. All right, so talking about inflammation, which naturally occurs in the tissue around the injured disc. All right, therefore, lack of regular exercise and daily workout can cause that lower back pain, and leading to weaker and stiffness and really deconditioning of your spine. So I leave it with you. All right, if you have no choice because of work, you always have to be on your laptop, on your computer screen, then all the more you should always have a 15 minutes interval. Make it a habit. Put a hourglass or put a reminder in front of your computer, to remind you every 15 minutes. Remind yourself to do some stretching, walk around the house, walk around the office, get a cup of drinks, stretch your body, make sure you move around, swing your hands. I have a habit, my staff will be asking me, Mom, what are you doing? Why are you always doing this after you've been typing for 10 minutes or 15 minutes? I just want to shake it out of my body, the kind of stress. I rotate my shoulder, front and back, I do some stretching like that, so that I could do some stretching, even because we have been typing a lot. Accountants, I'm talking about, you have been typing a lot, you need some finger exercise. So these are the things you have to be conscious about if your life is going around your computer. All right, so last but not least, number 4, if you are a housewife or house husband, if your job is in this area, we call it the cleaning and the laundry area, that is, or vacuuming your house, it could actually injure your lower spine. You're not careful. So, because this activity need a lot of bending, need a lot of strength. It's just going to add intense burden on your back, and this could cause you immediate sharp pain. Or in the past, even in Singapore, if you are still the kind hanging your clothes out of your window, you're going to put it out of your house, and that's something you got to be very careful about when you are doing your house chore. Right? So number 5, this is something for parents. If you're out with your kids stroller, if you're pushing your stroller, not be surprised, because if you're handling a stroller with the weight of your kid on the stroller, you're pushing it around, you're not too careful, you might also strain your lower back. And this has been very common in today's young parents, because they love to bring their kids out, and they are always using a stroller to bring it around. So it might also cause the lower back pain if you don't handle that properly. All right, these are the lifestyle that I've been observing, and I do notice that, you know, younger and younger couples are suffering from lower back pain in today's world, which is actually not really acceptable. All right, because we are living in a better condition, you know, we are living in a more comfortable kind of life, but yet how come we are suffering from all this lifestyle disease even at such a young age? We are lacking somewhere. We have to start thinking, how do we go about resolving this as young as you can? So if you are handling the stroller with your kids in it and you're going up the escalator, coming down the lift, you really need to take very special care, especially for women. If you have just delivered from your baby, beautiful baby, and you are going out with that baby on the stroller, you're just recovering your body from that kind of stress, you should be careful about it. So that's where the men have to come into the picture to help out. So number 6, one of the probable reason that you are suffering from lower back pain, the last reason that I discovered and read about, is you might be using a wrong pillow. Okay, a wrong pillow. Let me see, where's my pillow? A wrong pillow. Because regardless of your sleep position, a good pillow can conform to diverse movement and support a natural spine. Alright, so an ideal pillow, if this is your head, an ideal pillow should be able to support the neck and the head, so that even if you turn around, your spine would just be flowing with it. Alright, so an ideal pillow should support both your neck and your back and keeping it at a natural angle. What's the natural angle? I mean, if you have a more bulged head, you know, so you probably need to have a higher pillow, because that's where you're going to support your neck. Alright, your neck. But my head, for example, is a flat head, so I don't need really a high pillow. I need just pillow that is short and flat, like this one. This could look bulky, but it is soft. Alright, so similarly, a pillow that's too high can also cause intense tensions in your lower back area. So I mean, yeah, this is a pretty sensitive things, because I've been looking around for my pillow. I've been trying to look around for my pillow for like years, until lately I found one. I mean, which I find it still, I could find a better one, but at least I'm not feeling so pain on my back anymore. So like you, I've been on the computer all the time, and I think having a correct pillow is a very crucial thing. Alright, so these are the 5 that I just mentioned. You know, try to get rid of this 6. I mean, the 6 that I mentioned, especially the first one, sitting for too long. I think this, in today's world, even if you're watching right now, you're not spared from it. Alright, because you already spent 27 minutes watching me, and you should be doing some stretching already. So carrying heavy stuff, not exercising at all, you know, if you're doing housework, if you are pushing trolley all around the world, if you are actually not using the right form of pillow, it's going to cause you lower back pain. Alright, so these are the advice that I have been searching for, and I've consolidated. Alright, so you're advised to maintain a healthy weight, none other than that, because if you're overweight, that's for sure it's going to cause you lower back pain. So you're going to start on a fast track diet to remove your weight at your waist. Of course, you know, it's going to sit even more, causing you more pain if you're not reducing your belly weight. Alright, so that's all I have for you guys today. Hope it's helpful. Hope it's going to change your life. Hope you're going to reduce your lower back pain. Alright, so continue to watch what I'm going to share with you next week. I'm probably going to continue my food section, because I think that is so critical for all of us right now. Alright, so if you have been following us, continue to click on to the episode that you have missed it on my YouTube channel. That's on the link, on the second link. You know, click on to simplynature.asia. You know, if you want to find out more about us. You know, of course, if you want to follow us. We are on Facebook, Simply Nature. Alright, so brought to you by simplynature.asia. And this is Jaslyn, and hope you enjoy my sharing today. God bless you guys. Bye guys.